Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Ross Sheppard High School and the 27th Annual Totem Hoop Classic from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This is the guys' gold medal game between the host Ross Sheppard Thunderbirds and the Archbishop O'Leary Spartans. My name is Grayson Knutson. I'll be your play-by-play commentator. On color is Connor Toffen. Today's game, again, and it's a rivalry contest. We got Ross Shepp and Archbishop O'Leary on this ICU Video Productions Procast. Dave Foley on camera, Alex Testowitcher, Switcher, Rob Zitlau is our director. And Connor, when the schedule makers came up with the draw for this tournament, I'm sure they were sort of hoping that this would be the capper, and here we are, the rivalry, Archbishop O'Leary, Ross Shepp reignited.
Yeah, obviously the other teams might have been the only ones hoping that we wouldn't get this finals matchup. This is a rivalry. I talked to both teams before the game, and we are going to see some serious energy coming from the floor from both teams. Yeah, Ross Shepp's coach literally just told me we just want to work hard and work harder than them. I tried to get a game plan, couldn't do it.
I appreciate the effort in the reporting. It's time now to bring you the starting lineups for both of these teams, starting with the Archbishop O'Leary Spartans. Number 1 is Graziano Grozic, a very impressive point guard. Number 2, Innocent Pabalo. Number 4, Isaac Alec. Number 7 is Aman Gerba, and number 9, Collins Ajayi. Josh McJanet is the head coach of the Archbishop O'Leary Spartans. They will be in the maroon. Now it's time to introduce the home side, the Ross Sheppard Thunderbirds. Getting a huge ovation, obviously, in their home gym.
And here is the teamer, starting line. At 5'9" at guard, number 4,
Musa Malika, number 4, will start at guard. Ben Riley, number 5, number 14. Pardon me. Ben Riley's going to wear number 14, number 5, listed as number 5. Number 9 is Felix Webb. Ty Hawk, number 13. And number 12, Abu Zisabira.
Expect a heavy rotation today coming from O'Leary. They used almost their whole bench yesterday. Down the stretch, it was actually a big difference in that game as McGrath only had 9 players. They looked a little exhausted, whereas O'Leary, besides maybe their point guard Graziano Grozic, I don't think they have too much star power absolutely above and beyond everyone else, but they have a lot of really good basketball players from top to bottom.
You've seen this Ross Sheppard team a couple of times as well. What can we expect from the T-Birds?
A balanced game. A very balanced game. I think it could be a bit of grit and grind game for them. O'Leary has a lot of length on their team, very tall team. They're going to throw a zone defense at them. I can promise you that. Ross Shepp, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for them to get through it. We'll see if they can draw some fouls, drive the rack, and work hard.
Opening possession is with the Thunderbirds as they control the tip. Felix Webb, number 9, over to Malika, number 4. Up top, Zisabara. There's a three-pointer taken and missed by Riley, but a rebound there by Zisabira. Ben Riley with it now, directing traffic. Gets a screen, drives hard, gets it to go, and 1.
Offensive rebounding in the first half of yesterday's game was a ginormous problem for O'Leary. They gave up 14 offensive rebounds in the first half, which helped McGrath keep to only a 1-point deficit at halftime. When O'Leary pulled away and wanted a blowout, they only let up 3 offensive rebounds in the second half. Cost them already.
So Riley at the line looking to complete the three-point play, and he does just that. Here come O'Leary. Gerba. Hounded there, finds Alec. Now, Grozic. Grozic, pull-up jumper, missed, rebound is grabbed there by Zisabira. Malika.
Ty Hack is open in the corner.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get it there, was Malika. It just read it too late, had it tipped out.
Ty Hack was deadly yesterday from three-point range. O'Leary not going to want to leave him that open again.
Riley gets a screen, goes the other way. Riley all the way to the cup, and oh, he missed a gimme. Grozich now for O'Leary. Isaac Alec up top to Gerba. Gerba spinning. Nice little pass there in the air by Alec. Thrown into the lane and broken up. Ross Shepp has the ball.
Ross Shepp swarming O'Leary on defense, getting into all the passing lanes, giving nothing up.
There's a three for Riley. Not going to go. Rebound is going to be still with the T-Birds, though.
Failing to box out again is the Spartans. They're going to just plain out have to be better than that if they want to win today's game.
Three taken from the corner there is missed, and a rebound is grabbed by O'Leary. The pass ahead just too far. Ajayi was trying to start the fast break.
In the FX final in their tournament last weekend, O'Leary made the final. They got off to a double-digit deficit early on in that game. Similar start here so far. They ended up bringing it within 3.
Good ball movement. There's a three taken, and it misses everything, but right place, right time. Offensive rebound, another one for Ross Shepp. They just can't get the ball to go in from in close right now.
O'Leary is really lucky to only be down 3 right now.
Grozich finds Nganzi. Now it's Pabalo. Innocent Pabalo spins, gets to the hole, and finishes strong.
Pabalo was another very impactful player yesterday for O'Leary. He made 3 threes straight, and that really brought them away from the McGrath Zeniths. He should be a key player today for the Spartans.
Yeah, he looks lanky out there, but he does have that long-range game as well. Driving there, and offensive foul called against Hack. Hawk just having a conversation there with head coach Youngs. Gerba crosses up his man, tries a little step back, but that's really good defense by Riley at the end of the day. Grozich thought about a three, steps around, then takes it. Little too strong. Offensive rebound for the Spartans. There's a good steal. Zisabira all by himself lays it in.
Zisabira doing it all there, getting the deflection on defense. Easy bucket there. He'll never miss that one.
Pabalo, bothered by Hawk, drives. Pabalo gets all the way to the hole.
Pabalo has been the lone spark for O'Leary's offense 3.5 minutes of this game, scoring all 4 points.
Hawk has it. Gets a screen from Zisabira, gives it back to him. Beautiful pick and roll there by Shepp.
O'Leary's defense has just not been able to bother the Thunderbirds like their defense can normally do to an offense. They'll swarm the ball handler. They'll throw a lot of length at them.
Three from Nganzi is good, and we're tied at 7. Hawk gets a screen and a roll. Here's Riley. Just hands it off here. Three taken and made by Malika.
Thunderbirds setting a lot of picks so far. O'Leary looks to be switching on every single one. It's going to leave the shooter open for half a second if they want it every time.
Grozich tried to pass in the lane there. That was broken up. A couple subs coming in for Ross Shepp. Ruben Solberman is going to come in, and we're also going to see number 6, George Gore for O'Leary. Grozich. Under 10 on the clock. Little bounce pass. Pabalo takes the shot. Nothing but air that time. Riley grabs the rebound. Malika quick up to Hawk. That pass is stolen by Grozich, at least for the moment. And it's taken back, but it's an over and back call there on Solberman.
Wow. So Grozich has handles, he can shoot. But we see he has no problem with hustling for a loose ball either. What a play by Grozich to steal a possession for the Spartans.
Grozich has it now. Takes a deep three. Banks it in. Late Saturday night, but the bank's still open for Graziano Grozich.
He's going to tell us that was on purpose. I don't know if it was. Wow.
Oh, how about that speed? And it just won't go in from Malika. Gore. He's bothered there by Hawk, and it's a foul called against Shep.
There is an energy that's almost unparalleled for high school games in this gym right now as we see that ball just barely rolling out as Ross Shep could have had a 2-point advantage. Head coach Dave Youngs told me that there's going to be almost as much O'Leary support as Ross Shep support today. O'Leary students always like to follow around the team, not that Ross Shep ones don't, but this is their home gymnasium, and right now I feel like they have a little more of the home crowd at their back.
Now it's poked away there. Fresh sub is Mahad Hassan Bari, number 8 in those baby blues of Ross Shep.
I gotta say, these are two really sweet sets of uniforms.
Slick, eh? I love the all-color matchup too.
I love it. It's like a Thursday night NFL color rush, except these look better.
Ball movement here from O'Leary, down to 5 on the clock. Grozich will just take it himself. Too strong that time. Ball bouncing around, rebounded by Shep. And now they come the other way with Malika. Dishes it off. Big block by Pabalo. Another block. This one from Gore. Shep still at the ball. Now it's going the other way. Delorme off the glass.
Very smart from Delorme. All the students to our right from O'Leary wanted a big dunk. He just goes up and gets the for sure two. Every two is so valuable. You don't want to risk anything just to get a highlight.
Spartans in the lead for the first time, 12-10. Wyatt Delorme getting that bucket. Maybe another turnover. Gore trying to steal it away from Malika here. Malika, step back three. Misses. Rebounded by Sobelman. He can't get it to go. Dancing along the sideline there is Delorme. How do you keep that ball in? He was going maybe a bit too fast there and turns it over. Here's Webb. Ranglual driving. What a block by Gore. Rebound.
He almost. For travel force first. So I'm just going to tell you something. That George Gore guy, he's in my brother's gym class. My brother's he's strong, but he's about a 5'11" hockey player, and he told me a little bit about George Gore for today's game. He says expect him to dunk on someone because apparently that happened. Imagine just being in high school gym class and having an athlete like George Gore matching up against a guy that's never played basketball
dunk
before.
On you, yeah. 12-10. What a frantic pace in these first 6.5 minutes. Here's a look at some of the highlights. Shep got off to a real good start, but O'Leary, their defense, especially last couple of possessions down the floor, has been wonderful.
It has been such a frantic start to this game. Both of these teams seem to be very evenly matched. Not that we didn't expect that. They both pretty easily ended up making this finals game. And I think both teams expected this kind of an effort. So far, I would say that even though Shep's down 2, they hadn't practiced their zone offense yet this year, and O'Leary's zone defense hasn't seemed to bother them. So I would say it's been a pretty successful start for the Thunderbirds.
Both coaches drawing up some plays, making some adjustments here as we get set to come back for the final 3.5 minutes here of the opening quarter. Boys gold medal game at the Totem Hoops Classic 2019, 27th annual edition of this tournament here at Ross Shep High School. O'Leary takes the ball in. Ian Newen subbed on. He has it, as is Dow Lual, and turnover here, and it's going to be Ross Shep ball.
You can see O'Leary, Ian Newen there calling his defense up court. Looks like they're going to bring a bit of pressure, try to force the Thunderbirds into a turnover.
And they do just that. Newen has it. And he's going to slow up, doesn't see a numbers advantage, so they'll just set something up half court. Innocent Pabalo trying to drive. He gets hacked, and he'll be on the side here for Archbishop O'Leary.
Good call from the ref there. Just Pabalo can't quite get the pass off. I think it was going to be a pass anyways.
I think so.
I think it's a good call to be on the floor, a good call in the first place, because there wasn't it wasn't a huge foul. There wasn't a lot of contact, but enough to completely change the play.
Malika back in the game for Shep. Spinning there is Gore. Can't get it to go. Rebound is grabbed by Sobelman. He gets it to Lual. Lual driving, finds a pass, bounces to Sobelman. He's bothered. That's going to be a foul on Pabalo.
We'll see here. I think Pabalo does get a little bit of the arm. Looks like he gets the elbow before he gets to the ball. Arm just a little too far forward, so we'll see Sobelman go to the line.
So Sobelman in his grade 11 year misses the opener. Does get the second one though. And a sub here. Soilman's going to come out.
Zarek Tourangeau into the game for the Thunderbirds. He can deliver a bit of everything. He can play defense, play offense, and overall a great bench energy player for the Thunderbirds.
Newen trying to drive here and found himself lost amongst the trees, but it is going to stay with O'Leary here. 9.9 on the shot clock. DeLorme inbounds it to Lual, takes the three, rims out, and Malika's just going to watch it go out of bounds. Ross Shep ball.
O'Leary able to get a decent look off the inbound pass. I think they've been trying to do just a little bit too much early on in this game. They've been taking some shots deep from three-point range. Discipline has been a problem for this team.
That's going to be Ross Shep ball here. Very aggressive defense right now from O'Leary. Rang Lual going to take it in.
Low scoring first quarter for two teams that have no problems putting the ball in.
Tourangeau just missed that one. He was wide open, had a good look. Couldn't get it to go, and O'Leary back the other way with Alec. Broken up by Tourangeau, but Gore recovers. Under 10 on the clock now. Newen looks for DeLorme for three. Little short. Good box out there by Soibelman.
Those are the kind of shots you don't want to take that I was just talking about, is the Thunderbirds able to capitalize off the miss.
Fouled there was Musa Malika. Call it on a number one of those Spartans there in the lane.
Yeah, so even though his hands were necessarily not quite up for the shot, it looked like he was going to go for the scoop layup. So the contact as he's going up is going to put Musa Malika on the line, looking to either tie the game or give Shep their lead to end off, well, to start the end to this first quarter. It's been a little crazy so far from both sides.
Malika splits from the line, so we're tied at a dozen apiece. O'Leary heading the other way with Gerba. DeLorme with a quick trigger three. Doesn't go, and Rang Lual with a rebound. Back to Malika. There's Tourangeau. Malika almost broken up. Lual steps into a three. Got it! Rang Lual with a triple.
Grozich went for the steal. He knew if he wasn't going to get it, he was giving up an open three.
Little crossover step back. That's nice from Amon Gerba.
Still not necessarily a great shot. Obviously, O'Leary, they have some shot-making skills. They can make some difficult shots, but if I were them, I would be looking to get it down low right now and try to get it into the teeth of the Thunderbirds defense and see if we can pick up some fouls down low, get it into the low post. Easier buckets than post fades near three-point range.
DeLorme picked up a foul there. 4 now against O'Leary in the quarter. Malika. There's Riley back in the game. Into the post there. Kick out for Tourangeau. A little bit short. Rebound tapped over to Gerba.
Good awareness there from DeLorme.
Grozich. Malika up on him. DeLorme takes another three. That one's a little bit off. DeLorme has had some trouble from range so far in this contest. And this ball is going to go the way of Ross Shep.
I think if you're the Thunderbirds, you're going to keep letting them shoot right now. I don't see why not.
Until he proves he can beat you, yeah.
Yeah, you got to prove. And once you do, or once he does, maybe you can extend your defense a little more, but
DeLorme with a huge block, though. He's doing it on the defensive end anyway. Grozich slowing things up. There's a look for three from Gerba. Just rims out. Final 30 seconds of this opening quarter. Riley driving baseline. Nifty move to get the shot off, but can't get it to go. Grozich has it. About a 3-second difference, maybe 4 on the clock. Grozich, Euro stepping his way in. Rims out. Now the clock doesn't matter. Behind the back dribble. Lual into the corner for Riley. Back up top. Deep from Malika. Not going to go, and it bounced off the stanchion. So 4 seconds left for O'Leary here.
Bit of a fortunate break that it actually bounced off there rather than having to get the rebound, turn around and chuck it up. They'll be able to inbound it. Oh, nearly cost them.
Grozich, they've got to just throw it up here. They do get it off, and it was maybe closer than it probably should have been. 15-14. Ross Sheppard in front of Archbishop O'Leary after the first quarter. Wild, frenetic action. Low scoring, though. Just a lot of misses. Maybe that's contributing to some of this pace that we're seeing.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen a quarter of basketball where there's been so many shots taken but so many misses. Great defense down low from O'Leary so far. This is one of the rare instances. There's still great defense there, actually, as Ross Shepp was able to score the and one. That's what I want to see more from O'Leary right now. They're missing from 3. Get the ball down low. Get the easier buckets as we see Abu scoring on the 1-on-0 fast break. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm Coach McJanet, I'm telling my team to get the ball down low. But at the same time, you want to be careful because you don't want to just stop shooting, right?
That's right, yeah. You need to make shots just like that one there was made by Dario Nganzi. You can see these players do have the range, and of course, watch today's NBA, the players just keep shooting it from further and further. There's Graziano Grozich, of course, he got the nice bank off the glass, but high school kids these days, college kids, they're not afraid to shoot from a long ways because that's what they're seeing the pros do now.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Curry. I mean, he kind of started it all, and we've seen basketball completely change at all levels over the years. It's not like it's just been a 2019 thing.
Some big blocks, too, by O'Leary. Like, they're so long defensively. It's causing all sorts of problems for Ross Shepp when they do get down low.
O'Leary's interior defense is some of the best I've ever seen. This really does look like an NBA game. This looks like what you'd see from a pro level right now. Just a few more turnovers maybe and mistakes like that one today.
And there's one. Zisabira up ahead to Lual, and he finds Malika and one.
Strong start here for Ross Shepp, picking up the turnover. Good dish there, down low from Lual to Malika.
Foul called against Nganzi there. Malika converts a 3-point play, and Shepp has opened up a 4-point lead here to start quarter number 2. Little spin move there from Innocent Pabalo. Very nicely done.
Pabalo, a 3-level scorer. He can score on the inside from the mid-range and for 3. Thunderbirds might just want to man him up.
Riley finds some space, tried to dunk, but didn't have the hops that time. Manages to win the ball back, and that's great effort. Slicing through the lane there was Torangeau. Couldn't get it to go.
If Ben Riley would have been able to convert that, I think the roof might have fell off this new and structurally sound gym.
Getting hands on it there was Reng Lual. That's going to be Archbishop O'Leary ball with 12 on the clock from the end line. There's a pass. Trouble in the lane. Grozich up top, driving. Little teardrop floater doesn't fall. And unfortunately for Ross Shepp, they have the rebound go off them and out of bounds. So fresh clock here for the Spartans.
Surprised Grozich didn't pull up from there. Maybe he's feeling the effects of the misses he's had from long range early on, able to find an opening in the defense, and that's a shot he'll make most of the time.
Turnover on that inbounds play, and a little bit of trouble here for Malika. He's trapped. Malika still with it. Kind of just isoing here. Now to Toronjo, to Riley. Up fake. Thought about another three. Then in the corner, way off, was Hassan Barre. 18-16 the score. Sometimes I'm just listening to what everyone else is saying in the crowd. It's really interesting.
The people that have come, the students of O'Leary, have been trash-talking the Thunderbirds quite a bit whenever an air ball goes up like that one.
Pabalo, that was nifty to get into the lane and bank it off the glass and in.
Pabalo's been great so far. He's been the big difference maker. Part of the reason O'Leary is able to stay in this tie.
Malika finds a way through, dishes it off. Big block there, but a foul. Pabalo was up there. Let's see here again. It's probably actually a foul on Gerba from behind. And Abu Zisabira will go to the line.
It's pretty rare here that the gym's been quiet. Ross Shepp has had some very strong support from, we'll call it, their hometown crowd today. So no matter what end of the floor we're on, somebody's cheering. Coach Dave Youngs didn't say he really felt like they had a home crowd advantage today. They said O'Leary's played at this gym quite often. They know the rims, they know the feel of it. He knows more than me, but I think there's always a little bit of a home crowd advantage here at Ross Shepp.
Absolutely. Zisabira splitting from the line. Driving in, Isaac Alec. Can't get it to go. Zisabira with a rebound. He's fouled as he was trying to make that pass out. Some free throw, I don't want to say trouble, but a lot of splits here for Shepp. They're not making both most of the time when they go to the line.
Yeah, not really making O'Leary pay. Something else I thought has been interesting so far, I think the Thunderbirds are playing a better team game right now. They're moving the ball around better. O'Leary's been somewhat isoing a little bit. I know that's their game, but the Thunderbirds have been very successful not taking a lot of dribbles today.
Ty Hawk in the game now. Malika has it. Sees some space, drives and scores. Pabalo trying to go all the way, and he does just that to answer right back.
He has been so impressive early on in this game. If O'Leary can win this one, expect him to be named MVP. I don't see how you give it to anyone else today.
Malika driving again, gets hacked as he throws it up. Another foul on O'Leary, and they got to be careful now.
One more.
They're at 4.
Just changed the clock, and with 7 minutes and 16 seconds left, if they take a foul down low to prevent a basket for the Thunderbirds, that's okay, but at this point, they're really going to be hurt along the perimeter because now they can't reach in, because as they're going for that steal, that's where you get called for reach-ins, and now the Thunderbirds, if they do get called on it, are going to be able to go to the line.
Got to avoid those ticky-tack fouls. Pabalo driving around Hawk. High off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Hassan Barre. Now ahead to Malika. Into the lane for a driving Webb. Can't get it to fall. Saved in nicely. 3 for Hawk. Got it.
I believe we've seen him airball one earlier. I've never seen him do that in the couple games I've watched him play. O'Leary cannot leave him open.
Grozich trying to get by Malika, who did really well to not bite on any of those crossovers. Alec is bothered there by Mahat Hassan Barre, who gets called for a foul there.
Only the first for Ross Shepp here in the second quarter, and by no means they're in foul trouble yet.
Down low post here, little move. Not going to go there for DJ Williams, but he does get himself a trip to the line.
It's pretty much what I wanted to see from O'Leary coming out into this second quarter rather. I can't disagree with them giving it to Innocent Pabalo, though. He's been very hot from the field so far, but when you're not going to get it to him, I want to see them getting into the low post, collapsing that defense, and then once the defense starts to collapse into the post, that's going to open things up for a little closer range threes. They've been shooting them from NBA range, the line a little closer in high school.
Paballo, little Euro step move to score off the missed free throw, so it's a 3-point trip down the floor for O'Leary, and the lead is cut down to 3. Speaking of threes, Riley takes one, not going to go. Rebound still available. Grabbed finally by Paballo. Innocent Paballo trying to go coast to coast, and he does it.
It is Ross Shepp versus Innocent Paballo right now. Not to take away from O'Leary's defense that's been able to keep him in it, but on the offensive end of the floor, it's been all Innocent Paballo.
Musa Malika bothered there, and he gets called for an offensive foul.
Yeah, he'll get called for pushing off there. Tough break. Ross Shepp faithful was already celebrating the defender getting his ankles broken, but
Graziano Grozic. Isaac Alec takes a 3. A little bit too strong. Rebound grabbed by Lual. And he heads the other way. Reng Lual, maybe he can go from one end to the other. Not quite. And Grozic just butterfingers there.
I actually thought he dribbled the ball off the ref from our angle for a second. I don't think he did, but I thought it was an interesting no call down low there. It looked like there was going to be either a block or a charge. Ref just putting away the whistle, letting them play. That's what you'll see in a championship game. Both teams need to be prepared for lots of contact coming from the defense.
Malika gets a screen. Lual, 5 on the clock. Lual's going to dribble himself into trouble. Quickly out, and Soibelman didn't see the clock. 24-second violation called against the Thunderbirds.
The Ross Shepp bench is getting screamed at right now because actually on that last play, O'Leary was counting down the shot clock. There was a couple players on the O'Leary bench, and if you heard them say 0 with 3 seconds on the shot clock, it's because O'Leary was trying to force them to put up a shot when they didn't need to.
Here's a corner look for O'Leary. Did he get fouled? 3 shots coming up here for DJ Williams.
Not the type of foul you want to give up. Good contest, and that's not actually on the shot. It didn't affect the shot, but you have to give DJ Williams enough space to land safely. So on the way down, he gets hit in the body on the arm, and shooter just closing out a little too much.
That's the type of foul that drives coaches bonkers. Can't foul a 3-point jump shooter. Williams makes the first, and that's tied this game. Ross Shepp was up by 6, 26-20, but O'Leary has fought back here.
I like the hustle down low just to say, hey, I'm boxing you out on the 3rd free throw too.
Yeah. So all 3 made by Williams. And they're going to make a sub. Paballo comes out. Dal Lual comes in. Bit of a breather here for Innocent Paballo. We'll see where O'Leary goes on offense now.
Watch for Grozic to be the main playmaker on the other end of the floor. That's what he'll do for this team.
Ty Hawk. It's a bit of a screen here. Now he drives. Little floater.
Beautiful look from Ty Hawk. He can shoot it, but he's a 3-level scorer as well as most of his teammates are.
DeLorme for 3. Got it! Nothing but net for Wyatt DeLorme.
Missing a lot of shots early was DeLorme, but stick with it, and eventually they're going to drop, and your averages will average out.
Shooters shoot. That's what they do. Hawk, nice little fake to get all the way to the rim. Ty Hawk.
Scoring, picking up a ton in this one.
DeLorme, another 3. That's an air ball. Maybe a bit of a heat check there for Wyatt DeLorme. Malika dishes it off. Lual thought about the 3. Hawk, Malika. Soibelman sets the screen, and then foul called here. So 5 on O'Leary. Shots coming up for the remainder of the quarter for Shepp.
Ross Shepp picked up their fouls a little later than O'Leary did. They're also at 4, so any foul they commit on the floor is going to put O'Leary on the line. Free throw making might be a key component down the stretch of the second quarter for each team.
4 minutes left. That's a lot of time for both teams to be aggressive and try to get some free throws. Malika makes them both. (32-31), Shep in front. Grozich has it. Deep three. A little bit short. Rebounded by Soibelman. Soibelman leaves it for Malika. Zisabira. Hawk. Traveled.
Looks like Innocent Pabalo is going to check back in for O'Leary as the offense seemed to stagnate as soon as he went off. So
Dario Nganzi also in for the Spartans, while Ben Riley checks in for the Thunderbirds.
Pabalo is going to take the inbound pass here as the point guard Grozich actually just went to the corner.
DeLorme to Pabalo. Back up top. Nice ball movement. There's a three. A little bit too strong that time, and rebounded by the Thunderbirds, who raced the other way. Malika. Reaching in there was Williams, and that's going to be a foul. And free throws coming up for Malika, who's a pretty good free throw shooter.
See the right arm just stretching across Malika there. Going to put him on the line.
Ian Nguyen back in for O'Leary. So they got a couple ball handlers on the floor. Malika makes them both once again. It's probably not the guy you want to put on the line if you're O'Leary.
No, try someone else.
Nguyen. Grozich. Driving, gets inside, couldn't get it to go, and back the other way come the Thunderbirds. Malika, Euro step, and he gets fouled once again. Blocking foul called against O'Leary.
Yeah, let's see here. It was a late whistle. I'm not sure if the ref knew who he was going to call it on. You can see that the weight's still shifting from Nganzi there.
His back foot was going to wind up in the restricted area as well, so tough spot for Nganzi as Malika's doing all his scoring at the line at the moment, and Thunderbirds don't mind that.
Ty Hack, he went to the bench. He subbed out of this game, but he hasn't sat on the bench yet. He's mimicking every free throw, and he is really into this game. He looks like he's bringing a lot of energy and helping the Thunderbirds have a lot of fun in this gold medal game.
Malika comes out. Prince de Chavez comes in, number 7 for the Thunderbirds, as Dario Nganzi gets a bucket for O'Leary. Here's Riley. One more pass. Reng Lual for 3. Oh, it did everything but go in there. De Chavez trapped in the corner, needs an outlet here. And it's still with the Thunderbirds. De Chavez, and it's going to be O'Leary ball.
I don't know how De Chavez didn't step out of bounds. It didn't even feel like there was enough room for him to be standing there, never mind actually keeping the ball in, not traveling or turning it over. Eventually they will, so O'Leary's defense pays off, just not as soon as they wanted it to.
Pabalo back to DeLorme. Quick trigger 3, a little bit short, rebounded by Lual.
There was a foul away from the ball there from Ross Shep. Looked like a boo. No call though.
De Chavez missed a 3. Grozich. Driving. Initiating a little bit of contact. Poked away by Lual, and it's going to stay with O'Leary here. Isaac Alex going to come in. And it was a quick breather for Musa Malika. He's back on the floor for the T-Birds. Pabalo for 3. Not there this time. Final 2 minutes here in this opening half. Loose ball. The two number 1s come together on the floor as Lual gets their first. Grozich called for a foul.
See the hustle here from Grozich. Good to see him not diving in head first there either and just going all out. You got to worry about your own personal health before the getting possession of the basketball. So ends up diving a little too late though. Obviously, Shep in the bonus.
Luau makes the first.
Free throw shooting's been great here for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, they split a lot of trips early in the quarter, but late in the quarter they haven't missed very many at all as Felix Webb comes back on the floor for Ross Shep. Five-point lead here for the Thunderbirds. 90 seconds left to go in the opening half. Boys gold medal game. Totem Hoops Classic 2019. Graziano Grosic driving, trying to use the window pane, but a little bit short. Malika. Riley back to his point guard, directing traffic. Webb sets the screen for Riley. Up top. See, Sabira was open, but deferred to Luau, who got it to go. Then a throwaway from O'Leary here. Not a good close to this first half from the Spartans.
Three-point shooting means you're never out of the game for the Spartans, but down 7, they're going to want to end off this first half by just making a couple shots and seeing the ball go through the hoop. They haven't seen it in a while.
Riley. Three is blocked by Alec.
So much length on this O'Leary defense.
Grosic. Lost the handles. Newen fired it off. The Thunderbird player and the T-Birds bench really likes the effort on defense at the moment. 12 on the clock. Newen inbounding to Alec. Here's Grosic. Thought about the three. Now he gets inside. Too strong off the glass. Shep slowing things down here.
Still 5 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. O'Leary, as long as they can force a miss and rebound, they should get last shot.
There's a three from Luau. Missed that one. About 10 seconds now. Pabalo has a look. Alec to Pabalo. Fires. It's going to be short. Great close to the half by Shep.
Pabalo had a little more time in there than he thought he did. Kind of funny, whenever someone counts down from 10, they always get a little too quick, and usually they'll be saying 1 when there's like 2.5 seconds left on the clock. And that's exactly what happened to Pabalo. He didn't have time to look at the clock, just heard the crowd, but overall a great first half for Ross Shep and their home crowd.
Real interesting to see what happens in half number 2. It's Ross Shep ahead of O'Leary, 40-33 at the break. We'll be back in about 7.5 minutes or so to get you ready for the second half. You're watching an ICU Video Productions procast of the boys gold medal game at the 2019 Ross Shep Totem Hoops Classic. We are back inside Ross Sheppard High School here in Edmonton. Here's some highlights from the first half, getting you ready for the remainder of the boys' gold medal game here. Ross Sheppard 40-33 over their arch rivals from Archbishop O'Leary.
Yeah, and these are the highlights of the first half. The highlights, not the lowlights. We're not going to show you all the missed threes that O'Leary had. They haven't been able to get the ball inside. When Innocent Pabalo has been able to, he's kept O'Leary in this game. For Ross Shep, once again, we're not going to show you all the made free throws, but they have really been able to capitalize off of all of O'Leary's mistakes. That's why they're up 7 right now. Every mistake O'Leary makes, they're paying for it.
It's easily the difference in the game, and it's pretty obvious to see. O'Leary got in foul trouble in that second quarter, and Ross Shep made him pay, absolutely. So if you're O'Leary, what do you have to do to sort things out here in half number 2?
I think you still have to get the ball inside on offense. Their three-point shooting hasn't been there, and you do have to keep taking them, of course. And that's not to say stop it completely, but I think get the ball inside. Look for Innocent Pabalo in this quarter to get the ball and get some picks set high for him maybe and be able to get around his defender and slash to the rim.
Easy buckets inside often open up some pretty easy looks outside, so that'd be a good start for O'Leary here. The two teams are just about ready to take the floor for the second half. Grayson Knutson alongside my good friend Connor Toffin here for the second half. Final half of this 27th annual Totem Hoops Classic, and it has been a good one. The girls' final, what a finish we had there. Paul Kane pushed as hard as they could to come back late. Just couldn't come up with a victory as McGrath won that one. We also should shout out the McGrath boys, the Zeniths, winning the bronze medal game earlier today against Bishop Grandin out of Calgary. These two will determine the gold and silver medalists from this tournament. Ross Shep starting with the ball. Riley kicks it out. Hawk for 3. Just offline that time. Nice rebound by Webb, but O'Leary able to grab the board this time. Grozich, nobody out on him, so he takes a pull-up 3 and can't make it.
He has been ice cold this game. Those are shots he seems to normally make, just not going in.
Meanwhile, his counterpart, Musa Malika, all the way to the bucket. Scores again. There's a drive, and I think it's going to be called a foul here.
Looks like there was a slap on the wrist down low. They're saying he didn't get the ball. I think they got it right, so.
I was almost wondering if they were going to get called for goaltending, grabbing the net there. But it is free throws here, and the first one is made by number 5, Dario Nganzi for the Spartans. Nganzi's going to make them both. 7-point game. Riley back to Malika. Riley once again on the far side, right in front of his teammates. Webb, Malika. And Malika, blocking foul called against Aman Gerba.
So you can see Gerba here still moving. Good call by the ref. One of the easier blocker charge ones you'll get.
Resets the clock too for Ross Shep. So starting to tick down on them. Hawk in the corner. Drives in the lane, kicks it out. One more pass. Riley, that one was swatted by Pabalo. Ball still loose. They're going to have a discussion here. Can't decide, so they go jump ball. This is going to be O'Leary ball. There was only 0.6 left on the clock, so it's going to be tough for Shep to get a shot off anyway. So,
yeah, it's actually a bad break for O'Leary that they have to use their possession arrow there. They were going to get possession almost either way.
Grozich makes his way up the court. Gets it to Nganzi, down low. Good work and a bucket there for number 9, Collins Ajayi.
You can see they're just able to get interior position on the defender. Good post move there from the Spartan.
Malika trying to shake off his defender. There's Riley. Finds himself open for three. Misses, rebounded by Gerba. Grosic with a head of steam here. Decides to peel back. Three taken by Nganzi. Dario Nganzi's come out hot to start quarter number 3.
Good look there for Nganzi. O'Leary looks to be coming out a little more loose in the second half, able to knock down some more of their jumpers.
On a 7-2 run to start this third quarter. And this is going to be an offensive foul. They can't believe it because their player's on the floor, but
yeah, I don't know if he was necessarily pushed to the floor. Looks like his feet were still shuffling just a little bit. I would say still a tough call against the Thunderbirds. Normally moving screens you can just kind of get away with, right? What's going on?
Just a little bit of confusion here, I think, with the clock, and now they're going to have a conversation. They might overturn this thing at the end of the day. They were just trying to get the right player with the foul is all they were trying to do there, and it's against Abu Zisabira. Grosic finds Gerba. Nice little running floater there from the side angle, and tied at 42.
Whistled down again. I'm not sure what happened there, but ref blew the play dead. It's almost like he just let O'Leary set their defense. I don't know.
Giving a little bit of a warning, I think, to a couple players, maybe some pushing and shoving on the way up. Blocked there. Ball saved in. Give Ajayi the block. A flip over the top there for Gerba. In the corner, here comes Nganzi, kicks it out. Paballo for three. Rimmed all the way around and out. Hawk back the other way. Riley, quick transition, missed. Ball saved in. Hawk won't go. Riley back up. Finally, Ross Shepp gets a bucket.
Home court rims worked for Shep and then came back to bite them a little bit, but just the extra look. Good offensive rebounding there from Ty Hack.
Grosic probing the lane. Paballo up fake, drives, fumbled the ball. However, it's going to stay with O'Leary, at least for now. They give it back. Turnover, Shep ball. Ruben Soibelman comes in, and he's going to take this inbounds play, giving it to Malika. Hawk gets around his man, drives off the glass, and one. Ty Hawk.
He has been so good today for the Thunderbirds. Ty Hawk has been able to knock down a couple threes, but this has been his specialty for today. Slashing, driving, getting down low, picking up the old school and one.
(46-42). Shep. Hawk can't get the lead to 5, and the ball is going to bounce off a Thunderbird player, so it's O'Leary ball. Isaac Alec checking in for O'Leary, and he'll go to take this inbounds pass. Paballo under pressure from Hawk. Gets away from him and races up court. Picked up his dribble. And he gets pushed there by Riley. Bit of a bailout foul there as Paballo is in some trouble. Grosic kicks it out. Gets it back in the corner. Checks his feet. 5 on the clock. Grosic takes the 3. Got it!
Wow. Musa Malicha
Grosic
was all over him, all possession. It looked like he was giving him the airport security pat down at some points. Didn't matter for Grosic, he just didn't care.
1 point game. Corner. Here's Hawk. Won't go. A little bit short. Grozich. Trying to cross up Malika, who doesn't bite yet. Takes the three over him. A little bit short. Hawk gets fouled in the backcourt. That's a pretty silly foul for O'Leary to take. Their third of the quarter with 5:05 to play.
Could be a frustration foul for O'Leary after missing that three. It's like on 2K, you miss the shot, you just start spamming square as much as you can.
Trying to steal that ball back. Mahat Hassanbari comes in for the Thunderbirds, and coming in for Archbishop O'Leary is Dow Lual. Hawk, throwaway. Lual with the pressure. It's stolen by George Gore, who also checked in. Grozich. Dancing along the baseline. Getting it. Nice move by Collins Ajayi. And O'Leary is in front.
Haven't heard too much from Ajayi today. See if he can earn his minutes.
Whoa. Crossover step back. Almost went for Malika, but an offensive rebound by Soibelman. Malika again. Gets through a couple defenders. Passes across to Hawk. Hawk gets in. Swatted away. George Gore. Another look at that. Hawk trying to put up a floater. Gore, just the length.
He was in no position to block that shot.
No.
No position at all. Just pure athleticism, pure length. What a play by Gore.
5 on the shot clock here. Malika. And he gets fouled. Have another look at this one. Another bailout foul by O'Leary.
You can see the reach coming in before the defender goes to the ground. Good call.
He tried to sell it too by flopping back. So back to 14 for the T-Birds. Inside, quick play, not going to go. Rebounded by the Spartans. Alec. Under some duress, gets around his man. Dumps it off down low, a collision. Body's hitting the floor. Alec comes up with the ball. Grozich, up fake on Hawk, gets around him. Floater goes up. Rebound is grabbed, and Ajayi puts it in, and one.
It's going to be a costly play, though, for O'Leary. Grozich is still on the ground, shaken up. There's a lot of contact on his layup. He's up now. He looks okay. He's telling Coach Josh McJanet that he's all right. So
give him the thumbs up.
Maybe just the wind taken out of his sails there. Can't take away from the highlight play by his teammate, able to pick up the rebound and get the and one.
So Collins Ajayi had a quiet first half. He's been big in quarter number 3. We see Reng Lual come in, and Ben Riley as well for the T-Birds. Couple subs. Ajayi trying to complete the three-point play here. Not going to go. Ball still available. And it's going to be Spartan ball. They're going to bring back Dario and Ganzi.
Both teams at 4 team fouls now. Means any foul is going to mean that there's shots.
Gore. Trying to drive. That should be a travel or a double dribble or something.
Yeah, it wasn't fancy.
Just got tied up. This is fantastic defense, though, from the Thunderbirds. Malika. Bit of a screen there, and he finds his teammate, Zisabira.
Zisabira able to stick around on the interior. Great find. Great passing.
Gore bothered by Malika, and Malika just reaching in. So that should be free throws here for George Gore. 49-48 Spartan score in this third quarter, 16-8 for O'Leary. So they've done great work here to start half number 2.
O'Leary's offense looked stifled. I shouldn't say stifled. They weren't able to make the shots in that first half. Just to put it simply, we've seen them driving a lot more in the second half. I'm not sure what kind of a post presence they have on their team. They don't seem to have that big body guy. They seem to all be a little more lanky, fairly slight, which means the one good thing about that is you need less room to drive, less of a lane. So it's been paying off for the Spartans.
Nice strip there by Gore. Grozich directing traffic. Gets it over. Nganzi for 3. Yes, sir! Got it again. 3 more for Dario Nganzi.
A lack of hustle there, actually, from the Ross Shep defense. I'm not going to put it lightly. They did not rotate over to the shooter quick enough.
Malika goes down. Ball back with O'Leary here. Grozich. Grozich driving in. Kicks it out to Alec. One more pass. Nganzi down low to Gore. Spinning in the post. And missing everything. And that is fantastic play there from Dal Lual.
O'Leary has all the momentum right now. Going to force the Thunderbirds to call a timeout with a couple minutes left to play here in the third quarter.
Third cue's been all Archbishop O'Leary. They're going to be a tough spot when they come back. Only a few seconds left on the shot clock, but here's a sampling of some of their work so far in quarter number 3. Big block coming up here from Gore. You see the length really starting to bother Shep, and offensively that length is doing great work for the Spartans, allowing them to get offensive rebounds and looks in tight.
Yeah, you pretty much said it all there. That's been the third quarter for the Spartans. Thunderbirds just not able to get the same amount of looks as they were in the first half. The same quality of looks especially, and the Spartans taking a lot less threes, it looks like, so far in the third quarter. You wonder if that's something that Coach Josh McJanet talked about during halftime. It's been a big difference here. This halftime really favored O'Leary because the Thunderbirds had like what, a 7-9 point, somewhere around there?
7-point lead, yeah.
Yeah, a 7-point lead at halftime. O'Leary so far able to win this quarter by 13 points. It's been a big Spartan third quarter. Ross Shep, though, is going to have something to say about it in the last 2 minutes of this third and in the fourth. It was a great timeout by head coach Dave Youngs to try and just reset momentum here for the Thunderbirds.
This is going to be a real interesting final 2:07. If O'Leary starts to pull away a little more, you think maybe they might have this thing. But if Ross Shep can come back, we're in for a great fourth. We'll see what happens here. O'Leary in possession. Clock ticking down. And it's going to be a turnover forced by the Thunderbirds. Malika heading the other way. Soibelman gets his shot off. But it is rebounded. Grozich, Hail Mary pass. Connects. Alex spins. Can't get it to go. Gore stood up and won it back. Nganzi, step back 3. Not going to go. DeLorme on the rebound. Little floater from the free throw line. And then a rebound inside for Gore.
Defensive rebounding, a huge problem there for the Thunderbirds. They have had nothing but issues in the third quarter. You wonder if maybe the pressure and the energy they've had to put into playing in front of their home crowd for a few straight games now, 3 straight days, is just getting a hold of them. O'Leary just looks like they have more energy. The Thunderbirds, they don't look exhausted. They look a little bit defeated right now, though.
Webb and Hawk in for the T-Birds. Williams for O'Leary. Getting all the way is Malika.
I think Ty Hawk checking in is going to be a turning point for the Thunderbirds. He's been energetic all game.
Here's a 3 for Nganzi. That one hit the backboard and bounced away. Final minute. Trying a bounce pass there was Shep, but they're going to get to take this one from the end line here. 6-point game. The intensity in the gym is ramped up too.
Everyone's been on their feet multiple times. In the end, O'Leary's only got a 6-point lead. That's and you can attribute that to just the great work in the first half by the Thunderbirds. I mentioned that last weekend Spartans were at FX. They got off to a tough start, played better late. We're seeing the same thing here. Thunderbirds, Hack looking to counter.
Luwal inside. Soibelman fights off the contact and gets it to drop.
Great look for Soibelman. Great feed. Great offensive set there for the T-Birds.
Grosic. Luwal for three. Not going to go. Rebound grabbed by Luwal on the other side. That's Reng for the T-Birds. Dow for O'Leary. Hawk. Open look for three. Not going to go. Rebounded by by O'Leary, pardon me.
Only 3 seconds separating shot clock, game clock right now.
Isaac Alec. DeLorme for three. Nothing but air. Chance for Shep to come away with the final points of the quarter here. Deep three, Malika. Not going to go. And it's going to be a 4-point O'Leary lead as we head to the final frame here. And we are going to get, I think, a grandstand finish.
Yeah, you would have to imagine that Ross Shep at some point in this fourth quarter is going to be able to muster up, hulk up, I'll call it, some energy here, because this is their home gym, this is their home tournament. As we take you through some third quarter highlights.
The shooting from the outside, they were a little more selective, O'Leary was, but they were also hitting them a little bit more, particularly Dario and Ganzi looked really good.
Right now the Thunderbirds are staring down the same result as last year. Last year Edmonton Christian took down the Thunderbirds in the finals. You definitely never want to see your home team going down in the finals twice straight.
Meanwhile, for Shep, they've got to figure out a way to find some offense here. They only scored 12 points in that third quarter, and that's just not going to cut it.
No, 12 points in a quarter, that you would average 48 a game. That's not enough. Yeah, I think they're just going to need to get some energy here. I think Ty Hack might be the one to provide it, and I'm saying that because when he's gone to the bench, he hasn't sat down. He's been clapping for his teammates. He's been yelling out when the defense should be switching, yelling out instructions for his teammate. Ty Hack, only a grade 11 guy. We don't see actually too much of the grade 12s from this team besides really Rang Luwal. He's the one grade 12 that'll get a lot of minutes.
Felix Webb, too, sees a decent amount of time on the floor, but yeah, really dominated by grade 11s here, this team from Ross Shep.
I think that's good news for the Thunderbirds. Obviously, you want experience on the team right now, but if these grade 11s can get them to this point in the finals against good teams all weekend, they have a very good future.
Malika has it. Rang Luwal. Wraparound pass, very nice, and it's Felix Webb. Two-point game. Grosic. Down low, contact there, falling. Who's got it? Jump ball. Possession is, though, with O'Leary, so that benefits them. Innocent Pabalo to inbound to Grosic, 10 on the clock. Good pass down low. Great positioning as well for Collins Ajayi.
Good look down in the low post for Ajayi. Been successful there.
Hawk driving hard, maybe a little bit out of control there, looking for contact. Pabalo, one end to the other, little scoop to the hoop, not going to go. Rebounded by Alec. He gets fouled and will go to the line for two.
As you see the Thunderbirds walking to their defensive free throw positions. Oh my goodness, that's a tongue twister and a half. You can just sense the frustration that's starting to set in to the men wearing the baby blue uniforms today.
Giving up those multiple offensive chances is very frustrating. As Isaac Alec, the 12th grader, makes the first. Got them both, so back to a 6-point lead for the Spartans. Malika gets a screen from Soilman. Tried to pass it back to him. It's turned over. Heading the other way here is Ajayi. And he's called for a double dribble.
Yeah, that was the right call. I was waiting for the whistle there. He touched it with his left hand as he was trying to take his second dribble. Good eye there from the ref. It's an easy call to miss.
Ben Riley back on for Ross Sheppard. He gets a touch here. Soibelman. Renglual. Webb. Here's Hawk driving. Riley. Good ball movement. They got to get a shot though. Lual got to the rim but couldn't get it to go. Grosic now. Pabalo thought about a three. Drives instead. Nifty little up and under, wouldn't go. Now the T-Birds can maybe push in transition. Webb driving. Won't go. Grosic says, this is too fast for us. Everybody slow down, take a breath.
O'Leary somewhat fortunate. They weren't really hustling back for the transition defense. This second half has just not gone the Thunderbirds' way.
Just stripped by Lual there. Has a little look, does Hawk, and he puts it in.
Hometown crowd has not had much to cheer for in the second half.
Pabalo, that's nifty. Good footwork inside. Good answer, too, from O'Leary. Here's Hawk. Soibelman trying to screen. Riley for three in the corner. A little bit short. Soibelman fighting for a rebound, and I think he was held there. So it's going to be a foul called against O'Leary.
It's always interesting when the ref away from the ball makes those calls. The one that has the sight line, you never know when he's blocked by a player, but a good call there is Soibelman just couldn't quite track down the rebound, and the reason for that was because he got held. So
inbounds play. Both teams only with one foul here. We are only 2.5 minutes into this fourth quarter. Renglual will be the one to inbounds the ball. Back on the floor is Zisabira. Lual for three. A little bit too off the mark that time.
Good screen by Nzisabira. Bira rather down low. Opened up the shot. Those are the shots you need to take if you're Shep. You got to believe in yourself.
Grosic trying to up fake there on Lual, but Lual poked it away. About 10 seconds left on the shot clock here as Dario Nganzi comes back in the game for O'Leary. Pabalo for three. Short. Rebounded, though, by Ajayi. Fights through contact, got another shot. Ajayi, like a bulldog down there, just battling. Pabalo, bounce pass. Everyone on the floor, and that is going to be a jump ball. Possession should be with Ross Shep.
There's a good and a bad time to use a bounce pass there, and with four bodies down low, just throwing into the legs of all of them, that's not a good time to use it at all. But Pabalo, I think that his teammates would let him go there because he's been probably the best Spartan today.
Zisabira gets a touch. One more pass. That one is off the mark, but rebounded nicely, and following up is Malika. Putting in his own miss off the pass from Renglual. Just reaching in too far there was Riley. Had a grab on Grosic there as he was trying to steal the ball.
You can see the man defense here from Ross Shep. Off-ball screens can cause problems when you're playing a man defense, so they're forced to foul there.
Just grabbed him with the offhand as he was reaching with his more dominant right hand there. And a timeout called here by O'Leary. They have a 4-point lead with just over 6 minutes left in this contest.
This has been a crazy one. All throughout, we've seen spurts of scoring. Right now, both teams are pretty cold. I might be the color commentator. We've both watched a lot of basketball in our day, but I think we'd be lying to everybody if we said we had a clue how this thing's going to finish.
I have no idea. And I think that's the fun part, right? You just don't know what's going to happen. one thing I would say, it's too bad that all the fans line up on the
I know.
camera side here. It's too bad they're not on the other side, because there have been some wild reactions here from some groups in the crowd here, both O'Leary and Ross Shep supporters, so that's been fun to watch.
I've been thinking the same thing as we pan across the crowd on the close side.
We're just right under there.
Barely. Unfortunately, where they enter the gym is actually on our side.
Yes.
And so to get to the other side, you need to walk across the layup lines. And with the way that Ross Shep and O'Leary were throwing down dunks before the game with all that momentum,
You're not doing that.
Yeah, when I was coming back from talking to the coaches, I had to keep an eye out. I thought I was going to get ran into, and I am not good at taking charges.
That's none of my skill set either, so I'm just better off up here. O'Leary to inbound the ball, 6:19 to play, 4-point Spartan lead. Gore driving, ran into a wall there. It's going to be a blocking foul called here against number 11, Zarek Taranjo.
Not sure about, oh yeah, never mind. His feet was moving a ton.
14 on the clock.
Incidental contact. I'm not even sure if Zarek knew where he was.
Stolen by Malika, just couldn't save it.
Musa never had possession though, so shot clock won't reset for the Spartans.
So 11 left. It's not a great inbounds pass, but Pabalo's able to reel it in. Pabalo driving, leaves it there. Rosic, clock running out, and Lual just a little bit too tight on defense. Bailout foul.
Good time to go up with the shot there from Grosic. You can see Lual all over him. He literally had his right foot right in between the 2 feet of Grosic. So good choice from Grosic. He had no intentions of making that basket. He just wanted to draw the foul on that one.
And he makes the first free throw. 4 fouls now for Shep. Something to keep an eye on here as we go the rest of the way. O'Leary will be shooting free throws. Misses the second. Grosic finds the rebound though. Gore, I think the mishandle helped him there, but then he threw it away. Battle for the ball is picked up, and scoring is Pabalo.
Who else would it be? Who else would it be to be in the perfect spot and put up the perfect shot to put O'Leary up 7?
Riley to Malika. Malika takes a 3, and I think Malika's feeling like he's got to do quite a bit himself here. Gore traveled.
Shep looks panicked right now.
They do.
They look like they know the game is getting away from them right now. With 2 timeouts left, I would be expecting Coach Dave Youngs to be calling a timeout if this goes on any longer. O'Leary has played such a fast-paced game down the stretch. The Thunderbirds just haven't been able to keep up, as right now you can see they're looking to slow things down a little bit.
Driving there was Lual, couldn't get it to go. Fighting for a rebound and winning a jump ball there are the Thunderbirds. That's number 14, Ben Riley, but possession is with O'Leary this time. As the game has gone on, I've really noticed the length of O'Leary starting to bother Shep more and more and more.
Yeah, it's been there all weekend. Shep just does not know how to deal with it in the end. You got to keep playing. You got to keep playing. That length is going to block shots. It's going to tip passes. Just fight through it. Don't panic. Close out this game if you're the Thunderbirds.
Gore! And it's an offensive foul. I think that was on the screener, number 9. Collins Ajayi, yeah, it was. Which is a real shame for Gore because he out here breaking ankles, but that's because Ajayi was able to get a hip in there on Hawk.
I don't think Ajayi even knew where the ball handler was. Unfortunate break for Gore. He had a highlight reel that you guys would have been able to see right here on ICU video.
Malika calls out the play. And he's just open for a 3, misses that one, and it's rebounded by O'Leary. They got a man ahead, and they find him. And Ganzi can't get it to go, but will be shooting free throws.
Dangerous foul there in that position. Malicha was behind Nganzi. Didn't really foul him too hard, so easily could have been an and one. That could have put O'Leary up 10. Now they'll have a chance to go up 9.
Dario Nganzi, the 12th grader. It's a friendly bounce on the first one, as O'Leary starting to grow a lead here at a critical time in the game, under 5 to play. This is the second. Paballo, offensive rebound, a three-point trip down the floor, and it is a double-digit lead for the Spartans.
And with Shep at 5 fouls, they're not going to be able to slow this game down too much. They're going to need something drastic to change on offense. It needs to start right now.
Riley trying to break things down, kicks it out. Another pass to Hawk in the corner. Hawk with a crossover, kicks it out to Riley. Open look for 3, not going to go. T-Bird's just cold right now. Rosic for 3. That's off the mark, and Riley grabs a rebound. He's in trouble, needs an outlet. Smartly just throws it off the defender.
Smart, you got nowhere to go with it. Just throw it into the legs of a defender. Never throw it into the upper body, because then they can come up with it, and right there they would have had a 2-on-1. So Smart, throw it off the foot, let it go out of bounds, and take control off the inbound.
Ruben Soibelman is in, as is Matthew Watson, number 2 for Shep, his first minutes of the game. Riley for 3, too strong, and rebounded there by Gerba. Paballo, pull up 3. Yes, sir!
That could have been an and one too. No space to land. Paballo has been going off this game. Shows you why he's on this team.
Riley pulls up, gets it back to Soibelman. Drops it off for Hawk. He's driving and gets fouled there. Grosic called for the foul. George Gore back in for O'Leary, and Reng Lual returns for Ross Shep. And Lual will be the one to inbounds it. Watson maybe just cold off the bench, just couldn't make the catch there. His first touch in a while.
Interesting to see Matthew Watson sub in right now. I think this is his first minutes of the game. So maybe Ross Shep just looking for some fresh legs down the stretch.
Trying to find a spark wherever they can find it. Gore. Soibelman doing the defensive work, and Gore just too good using the glass.
Nothing Ross Shep can do right now, unfortunately. And did Hawk just get called for the push off there? He's going to get teed up.
It's Paballo was called for the initial foul, didn't like it, and now he's applauding.
Okay. Be careful here if you're O'Leary. You got a 15-point lead. You do not want to be taking a technical here. Now a water bottle flies onto the court. Just sitting there. This is where a 15-point lead can turn around if you let your emotions get the best of you. Probably lucky for O'Leary that the refs didn't call anything more. Could have easily seen a couple technical free throws being taken there.
So the one tech free throw was made. And now Shep will inbounds from the end line. Soibelman needs to be strong here, and he gets fouled.
And you could see just with the way O'Leary reacted after the technical foul, just kind of smiling and clapping, it feels like they're getting a little bit cocky. Maybe they feel like they have this thing locked up, but especially if Soibelman can make a couple from the free throw line. Shep is still in this. They have a huge scoring presence. They can go on runs. They went cold. If they get hot, though, O'Leary really can't let up on the gas pedal here.
So this is going to make it a 12-point game if Soibelman can go 2 for 2 from the line, and he does. So 3 minutes left, O'Leary by a dozen. Shep needs stops and scores right now. Paballo all the way. What a block by Hawk! And he pushes the offense the other way. Malika finishes the layup.
That only counts for 2, but it's a huge momentum turner for the Thunderbirds. What a highlight.
That's going to be a foul here called. The late whistle. Gerba's going to go to the line.
Late whistle from the far ref. Would not like that if I was the Thunderbirds.
Did look like a foul.
It did.
So Gerba will go to the line for a couple. 10-point game. What a play, though, by Hawk on that last block. It looked like Pabalo had an easy deuce when it started to transition the other way, but back up to a 12-point lead here as Gerba makes them both.
This is some of the best free throw shooting I've seen from a high school game, both ways.
Hawk trying to drive in, had it poked away, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for two. All these stops are actually beneficial to Shep. They won't mind scoring with the clock at a standstill.
Yeah, the clock is Shep's worst enemy, so if it's stopped, they'll take it every time. Hawk, pretty good shooter. We can assume he's a good free throw shooter.
This is the first.
It didn't look like a bad free throw there, just went down and got thrown back up.
And he did get the second one, so 11 points, and we have a timeout here by O'Leary.
2 minutes, 17 seconds left here. I'm not sure what Shep's going to be able to do to come in this one, to come back rather. It's going to be tough. O'Leary's been all over them. I think at this point, Shep has to start looking to make some threes.
Sampling of some of the fourth quarter highlights here. Innocent Pabalo, he's been so good today. Hits that pull-up three.
Seen highlights of him inside, outside, everywhere on offense for this team. Sometimes like there, Soibelman with a good contest, but they just can't do anything right now.
You see there's I'm assuming a staff member here at Shep just telling the crowd to stop throwing things at each other. The O'Leary and the Shep
it's a
fans are
rivalry
right
game.
here.
It's
They're
a
right
rivalry.
on top of each other, so
They obviously they play in the same city, and two big-time basketball programs here. Just hearing some of the trash talk coming from both sides.
this is a family program, so we won't repeat a lot of
No.
what's being said.
No. And we don't want to rat them out to the mothers and fathers that might be listening either.
It's been fun, though. I've enjoyed this atmosphere.
It's been a high-energy game. Obviously, high school students, they're just having fun. There's nothing
Yeah,
malicious
absolutely.
here. So
T-Birds trying to trap here, all the way up. Pabalo fighting for it, gets fouled.
Wallow can make both of these. Make it a 13-point lead for O'Leary. I think you'd be pretty safe to call this game over. They just need to close. They just need to stay composed.
First one bounces in. And the second one is good as well. So there's that 13-point lead for O'Leary, 77-64. 2 minutes left in this contest. And a quick foul, and that's not good for O'Leary. They want to try to make this thing go as quick as they can, whereas Shep is okay with stretching it out.
Any chance you have to score with the clock stopped, you said it. Can't stress it enough. This big of a deficit, you got to hit threes. You got to score with the clock stopped. And you really, at this point, you can't just force misses because those take time. You have to force turnovers here.
Ranglual made the first. Missed the second, though, and it's rebounded by O'Leary. Quickly up ahead to Alec, to Grosic. Thought about the three, drives in for the two. Rebound grab there by Zisabara. Lual for three. Not good. Rebounded by Grosic. And he knows it's time to slow.
The
Just
Thunderbirds
gets over.
Thunderbirds have been getting looks, just not makes.
Alec, good positioning inside, easy finish for Isaac Alec. And that might be the one that puts this one to bed. Only 25 points so far in the second half for Ross Shepp. Hawk up top, Soibelman driving. Can't get it to go again, the length bothering them. Out, open lane, little finger roll there from Gerba. I don't think I've ever seen the crowd upset at a finger roll before on a breakaway, but they want to dunk.
Especially up 14. Smart though from Gerba still.
Malika misses. Grozich dishes it off, and it's going to go the other way. We're in the final minute. 81-65. Looks like Archbishop O'Leary, their first appearance in the Totem Hoop Classic in, you said 19 years, something since the year 2000.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to be a successful one here as he gets empty the bench time for Dave Youngs and the Thunderbirds.
You can see the grade 10er Connor Rashot coming into the game for the first time. He got some experience early on, but these minutes can mean a lot to the younger players on your teams. Such an important game. Still want to end strong if you're Shep, and just send O'Leary a message, because even though this is the gold medal game, they're going to see each other at some point again, you'd have to imagine.
I would imagine many, many times still this season. Grozich with a steal, throws it ahead. Driving there and getting another bucket is Gerba.
Have you ever heard this song sung while the away team is up?
3 for Riley is off the mark. And it's going to be still with O'Leary here. The shot clock is off with 14 seconds left. Well, maybe there's about a half-second difference, but sorry, T-Birds have it. Rashot gets inside, gets it to go, and one. Well, that'll feel good for Connor Rashot to get a bucket here in this tournament. Now there's some jawing between the two teams.
It's going to be a technical on the floor. Not sure who it's against yet.
Might be double techs here.
Could be.
Yeah, on both number ones. So that's Grozich and Luwal. So Rashot will take his free throw.
And Z Sabira just trying to calm Luwal and the rest of his teammates down.
And both the players who got teed up will be subbed out. That's probably a good, smart move by both coaches here. Frustrations coming out for Ross Shepp here, and O'Leary probably not shy about rubbing a little salt in the wound either, so
no.
Fault lies on both sides. O'Leary's just going to dribble this one out. Gerba gets over the timeline, and despite being hounded, ball goes out. There's 0.07 of a second left, so I guess they technically do have to inbounds the basketball here before we can officially put a bow on it.
All that does is give, it's actually going to stay O'Leary ball. They're going to win this one, though.
83-68. Archbishop O'Leary wins the Totem Hoops Classic here in 2019, doing it on their rival school floor. Trophy presentation and hopefully some interviews as well are coming up, so do stay tuned here on ICU Video Productions. This is a procast. Hope you've enjoyed all the coverage here from Ross Sheppard High School. So obviously the defense of O'Leary made a massive difference in that second half. Only 28 points for Shepp, and that really turned the game around for the Spartans.
Yeah, you hope if you're the Thunderbirds you take this loss, but you get a better look at what the Spartans are going to show you later on in the year. Like I said, these two teams are bound to meet in another important game. They do every year later in the year nearly, so they're two of the best basketball programs. The Thunderbirds in a rematch by no means would be out of it. They played a great tournament, just couldn't quite close it out today.
We're kind of spoiled when it comes to basketball here in Edmonton. There are so many great programs, so many good schools, that it's fun to watch and see how the season progresses. And city tournaments and provincials are really interesting when it comes to Edmonton high school basketball.
Both of these teams figure to be in the thick of it. Haven't been able to see too much of other teams. It should be an interesting shakedown this season.
That's the thing, too. This is such an early season tournament that neither team has really had a ton of practice time. A couple of tournaments. He said the St. FX one last weekend and then this one, always early on in the year. But once you get back from the Christmas break, all the holiday festivities are over. Basketball teams know it's time to get down to the real nitty-gritty of the season.
You can also see the good sportsmanship there at half court. Tempers flared a little bit later, but everybody able to reconcile with their opponents. Obviously, you play hard on the court, and as soon as the game's over, that final whistle blows, and good respect shown by both teams.
And there's a likelihood, too, that you have crossed paths before, either club, maybe provincial teams, that type of thing as well. So lots of respect. Trophy presentation coming up. Of course, the volunteers being thanked, and we'd like to thank them as well. You can't put on a tournament like this without volunteers, whether they be teachers, students, parents, just alumni, or just people in the community, always putting in good work, so it's always appreciated. Time to hand out the silver medals, so let's list the rosters here, beginning with the silver medal winners, the Ross Sheppard Thunderbirds. Number 1, Reng Lual. Number 2, Matthew Watson. He got some playing time in this game.
Number 3,
Stian Gleddy. Number 3, you can see he's in a walking boot there, so big part of the Thunderbirds team that's missing. Musa Malika, number 4, he was so good today. Felt like he almost had to carry the offense a little bit too much, though, I think, at times.
Ben
Put
Riley,
too much on his shoulders.
If you've only been able to tune into this game, Ben Riley didn't make too big of a difference early on in the tournament, though. He was amazing. He was a big reason they're even here.
Nathan Ruby is number 6. Number 7, Prince de Chavez. He saw the floor for a little bit in the first half.
Number 8, Mahad Hassan Bar.
Mahad Hassan Bare, number 8, gets his silver medal. Felix Webb, number 9. The grade 12. His final
10, Ruben Soibelman.
Totem Hoops tournament. Ruben Soibelman
Number 11, Zark Tarango.
and Zark Tarango going up and getting their medals at the moment.
Paul Abubakar Zamora.
Abu Zisabara, number 12. You got a loud cheer there.
13, Ty Hawk.
So did Ty Hawk. He's good, just a grade 11. Ty Hawk, he'll be playing a big role for Shep here for the rest of the season and next year. And Connor Rashad got some minutes in garbage time, but got himself on the score sheet as well.
Seabird's captains.
Now the Ross Shep captains will go up to accept the second place trophy.
Totem Hoop Classic. Senior man, second place, the Ross Sheppard Thunderbirds.
Amazing support being shown here by the students who have stuck around for the silver medal presentation to their classmates, their friends. That's just amazing to see.
And now the O'Leary Spartans will get their gold medals and championship t-shirts. Graziano Grozich, number 1, impressed with him all tournament long when we got to see him, as was Innocent Pablalo. I think he's in the running for MVP for sure. Number 3, Dalual. A lot of grade 12, see a lot of minutes for O'Leary. This is kind of maybe their chance at a title. Number 4, Isaac Alec, as we mentioned. Number 5, Dario Nganzi. George Gore, first grade 11 on the list.
Number 7, Amon Gerby.
Amon Gerba, another senior player.
To number 8, Wyatt DeLorme.
Wyatt DeLorme, just watched him in a couple games. There's
Number 9,
not many shots he doesn't like.
No.
Tends to be quick on the trigger, Wyatt DeLorme.
10, DJ.
Number 9, Collins Ajayi. DJ Williams.
Number 11, Ian Nguyen.
Number 10, Ian Nguyen comes up. Backup point guard, Emmanuel Goy. Number 12, didn't see him here today.
Wait for the ovation.
Johnny Seyoum.
Oh, no.
Johnny got a
Yesterday.
huge ovation yesterday. There's some chanting. They love Johnny Sayum, the grade 12. And Josh McJanet, the head coach of the O'Leary Spartans.
Spartan captains, please. Spartan captains.
And now, time to go hoist the trophy, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2019 Totem Hoop Classic.
Ajayi, Pabalo, and Sayum lifting the trophy.
The Archbishop O'Leary Spartans. Before we let you guys go, we just want to recognize some individual awards first. We want to recognize an all-star from the T-Birds. Number 4, Musa Malika.
Musa Malika, the Thunderbirds all-star for this tournament, and I think that's pretty well deserved.
Tough to argue that.
We also want to recognize the all-star from the Spartans. Number 1, Graziano.
Graziano Grozic is the all-star for the Archbishop O'Leary Spartans.
For 2019 Totem Hoop Classic.
And the MVP is indeed Innocent Pabalo. I think that was a pretty easy call. You made it, I think, in the first quarter of the game today when he was going off early.
He kept his team in it, and then he closed it for the Spartans today. A great game for Pavalo. Congratulations to everybody here at Ross Shep. Stick around. We're hoping to get a couple post-game interviews.
We'll see who we line up here. I think we're going to try to get Innocent on right away. And we do have Innocent Pabalo joining us. Innocent, you got us down there. How's that MVP trophy doing for you, the MVP swag bag?
It's feeling pretty good right now. A lot of hard work from the team. I couldn't have done this without my guys.
Innocent, just talk about the game. You guys were able to pull away there in that second half. I think a lot of it had to do with your defense stepping up.
Yeah, that's what we value first. The defense first, you know? Yeah.
You were so good today, Innocent, so good. You kept your team in it early on. You closed the game out for them. So obviously you're going to be a story. But how did O'Leary play as a team to come back in that second half and end up winning the game?
Oh, we just had to play our game. We were in the locker room halftime. The coaches, you know, they told us to fix up. So, like, we had to.
It's early in the season for you guys, so obviously you're still trying to find a little bit of chemistry. How do you think things have gone so far for the Archbishop O'Leary Spartans?
It's gone on pretty well. We've had 2 pretty successful weeks of basketball. At the FX tournament last week, played second, and like every day we're building our chemistry. It's always family first.
Innocent, congratulations on the MVP and on the tournament victory. Enjoy this one.
Thank you, thank you.
There you go, Innocent Pabalo joining us here post-game. Now we're going to get the head coach, Josh McJanet. Why don't you take the first question here for your former teacher?
Yeah, for sure, Josh. So you're actually my former sports leadership teacher.
That is true, that is true.
Yeah, so, and a lot of leadership from today's O'Leary Spartans. I see you guys got a lot of grade 12s. You guys were behind in the first half, but able to come back in the second. What were the changes made in the locker room?
Honestly, a lot of it just came down to our defensive focus and intensity. To be honest, our guys didn't really respond to the challenge as much as we liked in the first half. And I thought that we didn't play the best offensive half as well. We took a lot of quick threes that just went off our game plan and caused them to get some easy points in transition. So we went in there and expressed our displeasure at the second quarter there. And now, as you can hear, they're doing a little bit of a celebration, so they listened.
Josh, you guys are so long as a team, and I really think that bothered Ross Shep. Is that something that you try to tell the guys to really emphasize, both on offense and defense, grabbing rebounds both ways, contesting shots?
Absolutely. These guys have put a lot of work into the weight room as well, which has definitely shown from last year to this year. We have an unbelievable facility with some great people that work there, and they've sculpted some pretty physical bodies right now, which is pretty incredible.
Was the game plan just to get it to Pabalo late? It seemed like you guys were getting the ball down low a lot more in the second half.
Yeah, Innocence had an unbelievable start to his grade 12 year. His development from grade 10 to 12 has been huge, and as well as he's playing on the court, his leadership off the court right now, like you said, he's our calming influence, and when things get tough, he just steps up and gives us whatever we need, whether it be an easy basket, a defensive board, or a lockdown defense.
Josh, we'll let you go and celebrate with your team. Enjoy this one. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, guys.
There you go, Josh McJanet, the head coach of the Archbishop O'Leary Spartans, joining us here post-game show. Connor, just wrap things up for us. Your final thoughts just on the tournament as a whole. You were here for pretty much the entirety, so what did you like? What did you see from the tournament as a whole?
Well, wins or losses, in the end, it's the experience that matters, and what a tournament that was put on. We have a fantastic gym here at Ross Shep. We saw a lot of fantastic players from the women's and the men's brackets this weekend. Thank you to all the volunteers because I felt right at home. This isn't my school, but yeah, it was just an amazing tournament all around, and in the end, a lot of great basketball and a lot of great early season experience being gained by both and, well, every team in this tournament.
It's a good way to really kick off the basketball season, this and the St. FX tournaments, to get things going. Thanks to all the players again and the coaches for their time, and also to all the volunteers once more. You can't put on a tournament like this without their help. Connor, thank you. You did an awesome job this weekend. You were here a lot more than I was, so appreciate your time. Well done. Cameraman Dave Foley, thanks as always. Alex Testowish doing a great job as a switcher, and Rob Zitlau, our director, and I guess media wrangler, getting some interviews for us. You've been watching the 27th Annual Totem Hoop Classic. Thank you so much for watching an ICU Video Productions Procast. I'm Grayson Knutson saying good night from Edmonton.